Good morning, students. Today we are going to revise chapter 11 and 12. Chapter 11, line, segment, ray and line. So basically there are three geometrical terms, point, line and plane, which form the foundation of geometry. So today we shall get these terms with the help of some examples. The first is plane. So a solid has a surface, every solid has a surface. Two examples are given. The first one is ball and second one is wall. The surface of the ball is curved and the surface of wall is flat. So flat surfaces are known as plane surfaces. A plane has no boundary. Some more examples are given here. The smooth wall and the surface of the top of a table, the surface of a smooth blackboard, paper sheet, these all are the example of plane. Next is point. A point is a mark of position. So we can draw a point with a small dot made by a sharp pencil. I am making here. This is a point. We also give name. We give any capital letter like A. It is a point A. This is a point B. This is a point L. This is a point M. These all are the points on plane. So a point has no length, no breadth and no thickness. Now come to the next. It is line segment. If there are 2 points on a plane, this is point A and this is point B. So then the straight path from A to B. If there is straight path from A to B, this is a line segment. And we denote line segment in this way. Denote means we represent line segment in this way. AB, then we make a line over it. It is very important to draw line over it. It shows that it is a line segment. We can write AB as BA also. Both are the same thing. Both are same. And one more thing. A line segment has a definite length. A line segment has a definite length. It has two endpoints. This is one endpoint. This is second endpoint. We are giving name A and B. So these are the two endpoints of the line segment, and we can measure the length of line segment with the help of ruler. So a line segment has a definite length and two endpoints. Then see how to measure a line segment. If their line segment is given AB, so we firstly place our ruler along the AB, the edge of the ruler along the AB, and in such a way that the A point should coincide with 0 of the ruler, and see where the B point is coinciding, on which mark it is coinciding with. We can see after 5 there are small divisions. The fourth division is coinciding with B. So we can say the length of AB is 5.4 centimeter. These small divisions are millimeters and these big divisions are centimeters. So it is 5.4 centimeter. Now see how to draw a line segment with the help of ruler. It is 6.8 centimeter we are going to draw. Firstly we shall place our ruler on plain paper sheet. Then see where the 0, where it is 0 we shall make a point, and then see where it is 6.8. After 6 the 8th small 8th division where it is we shall make other point. Then we give the name A, B and join these 2 points with the help of ruler. We shall get the line segment AB of 6.8 centimeter. Also write the measurement below the line segment. Write the measurement 6.8 centimeter, not on the ruler, on the paper. Now come to the ray. Next is ray. A line segment extended endlessly in one direction is called ray. If there is a line segment, it is extended endlessly in one direction, means it is extended here in this direction. This is A, this is the point B, and it is moving, it is keep moving in one direction. This is ray. It is called ray. So a ray is moving in one direction, so there is no definite length. A ray has no definite length, but it has a one end point. This end point, this A is the one end point of the ray. So we also call it as initial point, or we can say starting point. So A is the initial point and it is also end point of ray. So a ray has one end point and no definite length because it is moving in one direction. A ray can be drawn in this way also. It is moving towards B. See, the initial point is B, means end point is B, and it is moving towards A. So we can write BA, and it is moving towards A. So we shall make over how to represent a ray here in this see the first ray. So we write firstly A B, then we make a line with arrow towards B because this ray is moving towards B. It is moving towards B. And see the other ray, this is other ray, it is moving towards A. So we write BA, then arrow should be towards A. And it is very important to make arrow over the ray. It is very important. So don't forget. So now come to the next. One more thing. From a single point, from a same point, so many rays can be drawn. For example, this is a point O, and from point O so many rays can be drawn in this way. There is no limit, unlimited. The next is line. A line segment extended endlessly on both sides is called a line. If there is a line segment, now it is extended towards right and left in both direction. So now it is line. This is a line, and we give name A and B. A and B are any 2 points on this line. This is a line, and we represent a line in this way. A B, then make line and with arrow both the side. This is a line. A line has no definite length because it is moving in both direction. So there is no definite length, and we represent line in this way. And we also represent line with small letters like L. This is a line L. This is a line M. In this way, with small letters also we can represent, or we can also write with we can take any 2 points on the line like A, B, P, Q, any, and we also write like this A, B, then make line with arrow 2 sides. So this is also line. We represent in this way, in these way. Now one more thing, that from a single point, from a same point, where here it is given point O. From this is a point. From this point O, unlimited lines can be passed. See, this is a line L passing through O. This is a line M passing through O. This is a line M L, M, and P, Q. So many lines can be passed through a same point. So many lines can be passed through a given point O. Now second is if there are 2 different points on a plane like A. This is the point A and this is the point B. So there only one line can pass through these 2 points. These 2 points are different on this plane. So only one line can be passed through these 2 points. Only one line can be drawn. The next is intersecting lines. If there is a point P common to 2 lines, if there are 2 lines L and M, this is a line L and this is a line M. So this is a point P. So point P is on L line also, and also on point M. It is common. So we can say these 2 lines are intersect at point P. These 2 lines intersect at point P, and this point P is called the point of intersection. If other way we can say that if one line is passing through other line, if one line is cutting the other line, so this point cutting we call as intersecting. Cutting means intersecting. So these are intersecting each other, and this point is called the point of intersection. So P is the point of intersection. Now come to the next, parallel lines. If no point is common to two given lines, if there are two given lines L and M and there is no common point, even if we extend them endlessly, left side or right side, if we extend them, even though they will never intersect with each other and the distance between them will always equal. So we can say these lines are parallel lines. Now see the result 3. Two lines in a plane either intersect exactly one pair or are parallel. If there are two lines on a plane, so either they will intersect each other or they will parallel to each other. Now come to the concurrent lines. If three or more lines on a plane are said to be concurrent if all of them passing through the same point. If there are some lines, three or more than three lines passing through a same point, that point is called the concurrent point. So we can say this is this point. This point is, we are giving name O. This point O is concurrent point and the point of concurrence. And these lines are concurrent lines, like L is a line, M, N, Q, P, we are writing P. So these all lines are concurrent lines and this point is called concurrent point of concurrence. Now collinear points. Collinear points. If three or more points in a plane are said to be collinear if they all lie on the same line. This line is called line of collinearity. So you can see if there is a line and if three or more points lie on this line, then these points are called collinear points, lie on the line. So these points are called collinear points if they lie on the same line. Three or more than three can be D also, P, Q or any. So these if three or more points lying on the same line, we can say these are collinear points. Now come again to these three, line, segment, ray and line. So line segment has two endpoints. We know a line segment has two endpoints. This is a line segment AB. It has a definite length and a line segment can be drawn on the paper. Now next one is ray. How to represent a line segment AB, then make line over it. This is a line segment. Now come to the ray. So how this is a ray moving in one direction. It has one initial point, or we can also say it is the end point. A ray has one end point. It has no definite length because it is moving in one direction, and we represent ray in this way, AB, and then we draw a line over it and it is moving towards B, so we make arrow towards B. So a ray cannot be drawn on a paper. We can simply represent it by a diagram. It cannot be drawn because it is moving in one direction, keep moving. So we cannot draw. We just just represent it by a simple diagram. Now come to the line. A line has no end point. We know it has no end point. It is moving in both directions. These are the 2 points on lines. We represent line in this way, A, B, then line over it, and it is moving in both directions. So make arrow on this line on both the direction. In this way we represent the line, and there is no definite length because it is moving in both direction, and it also cannot be drawn on a paper because it is moving in both direction. There is no definite length. So we just can simply represent it by a diagram. Now come to the exercise 11A. I am doing the first. Name all the line segment in each of the following. See, the first one is this. So we need to write the line segments in this question. So how many line segments? So we can say AD, AB, AC, AE. DB, BC, CE. So how to write these? So we don't forget to make line over it, because these are line segment. AD, then AB, then AC, then AE, then DB, then BC, then CE. These all are the line segments. Draw line over them. It shows that these are line segments. And see the other one, the third one also I am doing. You can see how many line segments are here. Firstly PQ, PQ. Then P, from P to R, this is also line segment. So P, R. Then from P to S, this is also line segment. So P, S. Then we are saying from Q, QP, QP and PQ are same thing, so we are not writing. Then QR, QR. So we are writing QR. QR is also a line segment. Then QS, QS is also line segment, QS. Then RP we cannot take because we have already written PR. RP and PR are the same thing. Then RQ, QR we have written, so no need to write RQ. Then RS we have not taken, so we shall write here RS also. These all are the line segment in this figure. Now come to the question number 2. Identify and name the line segments and rays. So I am doing the second one. Firstly we are writing the line segment. How many line segments are here? So we can see these are the rays. These are the rays, so we are not taking them. Firstly we are writing the line segment. So firstly we are writing EG, EG. This is a line segment. Then GP, GP. And EP is also a line segment. So we write EP. In this way there are 3 line segments. Now come to the rays. How many rays are here? So EF, the first ray is EF. So we shall write here in this way. Now we are writing rays. So EF, moving towards F, so make arrow towards F. Then GH, so write GH and make arrow towards H. And PQ, moving towards Q, so make arrow towards Q. These are the 3 rays. In this way you will practice all the questions of this exercise. Now come to the next chapter, 12, parallel lines. So firstly see if there on a plane there are 2 lines. For example, this is one line and this is other line. So these are not intersecting each other, not intersecting means not cutting each other. So if we extend them, let's extend, firstly extending this line here. Then now we are extended the second line. Now these are intersecting each other on this point, you can see. So these lines are intersecting lines. See one more example. This line, there is a line, and this is the other line. These are also not intersecting each other. But if we extend them, let's extend. It is already long, the first one is. So these are now cutting each other, intersecting each other here. So these are also these are also intersecting lines. So those lines which do not intersect each other, let's see, these are the 2 lines. These are not intersecting each other. Now let's extend them. Even though they have not intersected, if we extend them endlessly towards left and right in any direction, it will never intersect each other, and the distance between them will always equal. So these lines are called parallel lines. Parallel lines never intersect each other, and the distance between them will always equal. So there are some examples of parallel lines as opposite edges of blackboard. Opposite edges of blackboard are these. Opposite edges of ruler and opposite edges of railway lines. These are. So they will never intersect with each other if we extend them endlessly in both the direction. These are parallel lines. So their definition is given: two lines in a plane which do not meet means intersect. If they do not meet even when produced infinitely means without any limit, if they are producing means extending, even though they are not meeting or not intersecting each other, so in either direction if we are producing them, so these lines are parallel lines. And how if there are two lines which are parallel, like this is line M and this is line L, these are parallel lines. So how to represent these lines are parallel if we want to write? So how to write? So we can write in this way: M, and we make this sign between them. M, this is the line M, this is line L, and we are writing this sign between them, means we are representing that these two lines are parallel to each other, means M is parallel to L. So we write this sign. So we write M L, so we write M is parallel to L. This shows this. Now we already have discussed that the distance between two parallel lines is always same, always equal. Now the parallel segments and parallel rays. Two segments are parallel. You can see one example is given, shown it is here. There are two line segments AB and CD. These are parallel if the corresponding lines determined by them are parallel. Means we know that these are the two lines, line segment. These are parallel if the corresponding lines, means if we extend them, this will become line. It is the line segment. This is AB and this is PQ. So if we extend them, it will become line. It will become line. So we can say AB is parallel to PQ if the corresponding lines are parallel to each other. In the same way, two rays are parallel to each other if the corresponding lines determined by them are parallel. See the third one also, one ray and one line segment. These may be also parallel if the corresponding lines determined by them are parallel. Now come to the next. How to determine whether how to check whether the two lines are parallel or not? So we may take the help of ruler and set square. Firstly, we place our ruler along the one line in such a way, the edge of the ruler along the one line AB. There is a line AB and CD. Then we place our set square in such a way, you can see in this figure. Firstly, we are placing set square here on this in the starting of AB. Then we see the distance between AB and CD. It is 6 centimeter. We can see it is 6 centimeter. It is coinciding with 6th division of set square. The line CD is coinciding with 6th division of set square. So the distance between them is 6 centimeter. Now we take out our set square and we are placing on other point on the scale on this line AB, and again we are checking the distance between AB and CD. Again it is 6 centimeter. Then again we are taking out and placing on other point, and again we are checking the distance between them, and it is again 6 centimeter. So on all these 3 points we checked the distance between them. It is 6 centimeter in all 3 times. So we can say these are parallel lines. Now see the question number first of exercise 12. There this is the top of table and we need to write the pairs of parallel lines. How to write? We can see that AB is parallel to CD. So we write AB, this is a line segment parallel to CD. So we write in this way, and we are writing the pair, so write in bracket. Then in the same way we write BC is also parallel to AD, so we can write BC is parallel to AB is parallel to CD, and BC is parallel to AD, and write in bracket. In this way we shall do. We will write the parallel lines from the figure, and we measure. We shall use check whether the lines are parallel with the help of set square and ruler, and you will do this exercise also. You will practice these exercises of chapter 11 and 12, and there will be test on Saturday tomorrow.